Right, we're going to do a couple of short videos. Well, this is just going to be two videos clamped together basically, and we're going to be looking at CPM, Central Program for Microprocessors, and GEM, which will be the video after this. Now basically, so I wouldn't say it's a tribute, but it's sort of a bit of an extra video regarding a guy called Gary Kildall. Now Gary Kildall was the founder of a company called Digital Research. Now Digital Research, basically I would say, as my knowledge is concerned, was one of the first ever operating systems I used. You know, there was others, there was PDP and Unix and all that kind of whatever operating systems they used back in the day. You know, but the one I'm familiar with is CPM, which originally came on ZX machines. Obviously the one I'm going to be showing you won't be a ZX machine, it is an 8086 machine, and I'm just going to basically start the boot into it. Whoops, are we doing it? Yeah, we're there. Right, okay, so it's going to boot into CPM. Now CPM was a command line interface, and there was various versions of it. I used it. Most of the computers I had, 8-bit machine eras, were basically CPM machines. Obviously this is CPM 86, which was the Intel edition, the version for the PC basically. But it was, obviously this was from IBM. This one's for IBM, should I say. So obviously it was a version that Digital Research produced to compete against Microsoft. And obviously we all know who Microsoft is. They are the biggest company in the world as far as operating systems are concerned, because they got a large share in the personal computer market. Now basically CPM was a brainchild of a man called Gary Kildall. Now Gary Kildall, here's a photograph of him. He actually, unfortunately, is no longer with us. He passed away. He suffered a lot of depression and drinking apparently, and on one particular night he went into a pub, started up a fight with some people or a guy, and he had a brain hemorrhage of some form, and it unfortunately didn't survive it. On the day apparently that he died, he sort of on his deathbed, I think there's a video I'll probably post out to you saying that he was suffering from depression and all this kind of stuff. So he's going to be greatly lost, because obviously he was a true pioneer. Bill Gates took his chance with IBM to produce an operating system, which IBM needed an operating system for their new line of computers to compete against Apple computer, because Apple was producing these computers and they were taking up a large market share. So obviously IBM wanted their market back. So obviously they approached Microsoft, and Microsoft at the time did not produce operating systems. So what they basically done is Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, along with Paul Allen, contacted Gary Kildall. Now Gary was out flying at the time apparently. That's what they say. But there was some other rumours on stuff, but I'm assuming the main rumour was he was out flying. He used to fly Cessnas, and he took a customer for a meal, and apparently whilst he was there, the big wigs at IBM had called at Digital Research's head office, their development house building, and his wife Dorothy practically turned them away, told them to go, because they wanted a quiet disclosure of that the wasn't there, and she wasn't having it, Dorothy, and apparently. So they went on their merry way. and Bill Gates took his chance of a lifetime, and obviously look where he was. He was the richest man in the world at one point. Now obviously we got Elon Musk, but basically he was the starter of it all. He's the one that got the ball rolling. It could have been Gary Kildall. Gary Kildall, the operating system could have been on all these computers, because we're going to show you in a bit GEM, which is the graphic environment manager, which was the other equivalent to a graphic user interface that digital research had developed, which worked in the same kind of architecture as Windows, as Apple, Mac OS and stuff like that. And he's actually listed today within Atari ST machines. They're actually inside the ROM. The boot ROM of the Atari ST contains the GEM environment. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're just going to look at some of these files. Now, looking at these files, these are designed for this operating system, because I think this is an 8286 operating system, not a Z80. So yeah, by the looks of it, and whoever compiled this, I think these are part of the IBM environment. So you get a copy disk feature. I've got assuming copy disk is a manager. Yeah, it is. So it copies disk to disk. So if we go to Control C, cancel. ASM, I am assuming, is an assembler converter. It converts assembly to code. Yeah, it does. Right, so an A6 assembler. So obviously there's none there. Don't know what submit is, stat is. Help is a help. I'm assuming that's a help page. Yeah, look. So what's stat? So obviously that's a help page. Alright, okay. So what else is there? There we go, help. Alright, okay, so it gives you the... Yeah, okay. Type window, user. So obviously some of these are integrated. File name tells you how to process the file name. Assign. Commands. What's commands? Alright, very brief. Okay, anyway, we'll cancel that one out. I'll leave a link in the description for it so you can have a play yourself, guys. I think it's editor. Yeah, file required. So if I go file head, ed, and I go maybe help.hlp. Okay. List. No, alright. Not got a clue. Right, so what we've got now is gem command. I don't even know half of these. Alright, so it's a memory loader of some form. Allocation. DDT Express. DDT 86. DDT 86. I've got a feeling that's an assembler. Yeah, I think it is disassemble. Yeah, it is a disassembler. So obviously, as you can see there, it's all hexadecimal and memory address, and the address beginning at 0000. So if I go, there's a FFF, which should be at the top of the memory. Oh, it doesn't do it. Does it go up to 1000? Oops, disassemble at 1000. Oh, right, okay. Is it modify 0? Modify 1000. Modify 10. I don't know. Assemble. Disassemble. Run. Execute. Alright, so that shows basically. If I go that one and go 100. No, it doesn't. Execute. Execute. Execute 1. I don't know. It's been a while. But obviously it's got stack address pointers there. So I'm assuming. And it looks like CMP. It looks like an 8086 command. Alright. Anyway, this is going to be it for this video. I'm going to go next to, we'll be seeing Gem. Right guys, thanks for watching. It's only a short one, like I said. I'll leave a link in the description, and also the storyline regarding Gary Kildall, which is a bit of an upsetting story, but keep it. Oh, what's that dollar thing? Type. It is Gem, Graphic Environment Manager. Now originally, if you saw the previous video, there was a guy called Gary Kildall, and his company was Digital Research Incorporated, and this was his the graphic user interface. The mouse is not quite right, whoops, but it gives you an idea. This was the free version, if you want to call it that, because it was originally, they used to use it as part of shipped in the ROMs in the Amiga and the Amigas, the Atari STs, that's the ones. So the graphics environments for the 16-bit machines was this operating system. It was a shame really, but it didn't kick off as much. It wasn't as popular. Click speed. Let's have a look how accurate it is. It's a bit slow, or is it fast? Should have. Okay, so let's just. If I just go really, really fast, I think it's just not too sensitive. There we go. Right, let's just try that. So it's a bit. Oh, what we like now? Ooh, it's not accurate. I think what we're going to do is you're going to see me reboot this. You have to install it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to change the driver for the mouse, because it's not accurate. I think it's a problem with the emulator more than the program itself. So we've got serial mouse serial. I think import. Let's try the import mouse. Okay, IQ. Yeah, we'll just leave it at 5. Right. Oh, there you go. It's not too bad. Right, so obviously this is a basic programming language. Beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code basic 2+ by Locomotive Software. Now, Locomotive Software created a lot of decent products. Their well-known one was in the UK, where I'm originally from, and they created a word processor called Local Script. There you go, Local Script from Locomotive Software, and I'll show a picture of it now. Right now, basically this was to do with the PCW line of computers, and it was quite ahead of its time, the company, but they must have had a contract with Amstrad, which was a big retail company in the UK, forwarded by a man called Alan Sugar, who was the UK equivalent to Donald Trump, which was The Apprentice. He was the Apprentice show in the UK, Alan Sugar, and obviously Trump was in the US. They've probably got equivalents all over the world. Like, anyway, Locomotive Software had a license to produce operating systems and software, because their PCW computers, they must have got it on the cheap. They must have got the software on the, developing software on the cheap. Mapped, map keyboard sound, system fonts. The mouse is not accurate. Oh, there he goes. There you go. Okay, I don't know what this is. Probably some form of font editor or controller of some form, because you could obviously, with it being a desktop operating system, a desktop publishing kind of scenario, um, it had all sorts of features in it. But yeah, it was you practically you install it onto the hard disk onto your. Well, I installed it directly onto a virtual machine, the 86 box. But yeah, as you can tell, it's very similar. It is a graphic user interface. Everything is event driven. You click on a mouse item, it takes you somewhere. Um, where you're gonna go today, kind of thing. So in other words, it was based around like the OS two era, OS is it OS X era. So the Apple era, the early versions of Windows and so on. So I'm wondering whether or not, let's have a look at GemWeb. What's GemWeb? Is it a browser? Did they have their own browser? It looks like a browser, doesn't it? I've got a feeling there's nothing in it. Yeah, internet. It's internet. Is it running close connection? Ping server. Obviously, I've not got it set up. I've not got a network card installed, but it does look like an early version of browser. So Control C. Okay. Oh right. Okay. So basically, yes, it is. 622. Yeah. So if I just type exit, it'll just take you back in there. Right. Okay. So that's it for now, guys. This was just a short thing for digital research. One of them being CPM, which was the video before this, and obviously this one. Yeah, it was ahead of its time. Um, like I say, it's just a shame really that it never really kicked off. Microsoft got the share of the pie, as they say, and this company went to oblivion basically. I think they're still operating. I think they're still trading, but since but no, obviously there's not a tag there saying that like there's stuff in the memory. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself. Right, I'm gonna get going, guys. In fact, I'll just show you the file list. Oh, right, F5 help. I'll just cancel out. Yeah, it's just a DOS file. Right, okay. So as you can tell, they're all over. GemDOS is here. Setup. Can you remove it? Exit to DOS. Repair Gem. I don't want to repair Gem. What about removing it? What happened if you didn't want it and you wanted to uninstall it? Yeah, you can sit and watch me remove. So if I delete tree, anything anything prompt, right? Nope, 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 nope. That one's in. Yeah, I'll give me that one. Nope, no, see, that can go. No, gem off. Yep, 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 yep. There we go. Now, there you go. Nice thing install. Should we start? I think we'll start an extra. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you. 3.3. Right, so keep an eye out for that one next video. Thanks for watching. Useful stuff. You know where I am. You like what I'm doing. Oh, someone say what? We're done. I think that's gone now. There you go. All back to a nice clean install. Should we just add? I think we'll just add an extra. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you 3.3. Right, so keep your eye out for that one. That's the next video. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff. You know where I am. If you like what I'm doing, have a look at it. Something different. Right. Let's go 3.3. That's a bit of an old one. Right, so we're going to have a look at MS-DOS 3.3 boot disk. So give you an idea of what it used to be like. Let's just wait for it to load. Oh, what's this? Okay, so all right, okay, I've not seen this one. So P, whoops, and G. There you go. Dink. Back to normal. Back to normal. Right. So Rest Pro. What is it? What are these? This is a disk what I found on. Right. So it's the standard. All right. Yeah. What's the B? So we go type B dot. All right. So I take it that's an assembly file of some form. What's free? Alright, so basically it's a set of public domain programs by the looks of it. Caps lock. Now some of these features, if I go caps lock, you'll probably put caps lock on. Num on. So if I go num on, I take it num off. It doesn't tell me. It's not showing me anything. Right, mode. Oh, shut up. I don't know whether you can hear that, but it's an irritating sound. Alright, okay. That's a pretty good. Actually, if you write that in code, it's quite easy to process that. I could write that like that. But if I go version, yeah, BIOS. Wait a minute. I wonder if it is my version. Because I wrote a BIOS sniffer years ago, a program. Basically, no, it doesn't actually. It don't look like it does. But there was a program I wrote where you just type BIOS, and it would show you the bit of a. Whoop! Oh, no, it's not the same. Oh, wait, maybe. No, it wasn't. No, definitely not. Caps on, caps off, mode, headline. Yeah, this was the original version. FS. Alright, okay. So it's just basically a set of little utilities. Calc. So if we go hotkey is Alt and S. Oh look, we got a calculator. So if I go 5, 3, 1, 8, 008. Now turn it upside down. Anyway, we're a bit of a fun there. Right, okay, DDDR. Okay. Yeah. They're just little utilities. Little. Oh, what's basic? Have you got basic here? There's a basic program there. Basic. Music just. FF. PopCal. No, there's nothing there. Oh, it's probably in the memory actually. HCC2. You see, you got all these, but I don't. Mary. What? These are basic programs, but I don't know what basic it is. Probably GW actually. I don't think GW basic is here. No, it isn't. Obviously, I'm looking on the directories, and there's no GW basic program. So I'm assuming. HGC from IBM. Alright, I'll be going Boston. Alright, okay. An emulator. Emulation mode. Okay. Obviously you are, select is, a lot of these features are recognised. Curiosity, right, if I go to C drive, oops, D drive. Whoops. Oh, alright, okay. So it's not identifying. Oh, F disk. Right, okay, so, oh yeah, it's 3.3 in it. I don't think it came on here. Anyway, I've cancelled it now. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day now. This was just a quick one. This was 3.3, DOS 3.3. We're going to go on to something else now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.